Ever feel like your face got the memo? Your arms got the memo. Your jeans got the memo. But your belly said, no thanks, I'm staying. That's not you failing. That's your body doing what it was built to do. Belly fat is basically the emergency savings account of human biology, and your body only spends it when it truly trusts the situation. Here's the plot twist. Belly fat is not just a squishy storage closet. A lot of it sits deep inside your abdomen, around organs like your liver and intestines. That deep fat is called visceral fat, and it's metabolically active. It can influence inflammation and hormones like a little hormonal group chat you didn't ask to be added to. The outer belly fat, the pinchable layer under the skin, is the stubborn one. That's usually the last boss. So why does the body cling to belly fat like it's the last slice of pizza? Two big reasons: insulin and cortisol. Insulin rises when you eat, especially if your diet is heavy on refined carbs and sugar, or if you're snacking all day. When insulin stays high, your body doesn't want to burn stored fat. It's like trying to pull money out of your savings while your paycheck is still actively hitting your account every 10 minutes. Your body just keeps saying, we're good, no need to touch the reserves. Then there's cortisol, your stress hormone. Cortisol is not evil, it's useful when you're in real danger. But in modern life, cortisol gets triggered by things like bad sleep, constant pressure, long work hours, and doom scrolling at midnight like it's an Olympic sport. Chronic high cortisol nudges your body towards storing fat around the midsection. Why there? Because that's where your vital organs live. Your body is basically trying to wrap them in bubble wrap. So if you're thinking, I'm doing everything right and this belly won't move, you might not be battling calories. You might be battling a stressed out nervous system and a hormone environment that keeps yelling, store energy, just in case. Now, let's talk about what happens when you start dieting, because this part messes with everyone's head. The first few days are not the belly fat burning highlight reel. They're the setup. In the first 1 to 3 days of a calorie deficit, your body goes for the easiest fuel on the shelf: glycogen. Glycogen is stored carbohydrate in your liver muscles, and it holds on to water like it pays rent. Roughly speaking, every gram of glycogen is stored with several grams of water. So when you cut calories and use up glycogen, you drop water fast. The scale suddenly acts dramatic. You might lose a few pounds quickly and think, I'm a machine. Then, a few days later, the scale slows down and you think, I'm broken. Neither is true. Early weight loss is often a mix of water and depleted stored carbs. Not a sign that your belly fat has started packing its bags. But that early phase still matters. It's like the opening scene of a movie where nothing explodes yet, but everything important gets set in motion. As glycogen drops and insulin levels settle, your body starts becoming more willing to tap fat for fuel. For many people, that shift begins around days 3 to 5 of consistent dieting. Consistent is the keyword. Not perfect, just consistent. This is where a lot of people quit because the easy water loss is gone. Energy can feel weird, and hunger might show up like an uninvited guest. But if you stick it out a little longer, your body starts adapting. This is where metabolic flexibility comes in. Sounds fancy, but it's actually simple. It means your body can switch between burning carbs and burning fat without acting like a toddler who missed snack time. When your insulin stays lower for longer stretches, your body gets better at using fat and in some cases producing ketones. Ketones can help some people feel more steady energy and fewer cravings. Not magic, just chemistry. And yes, people often describe this phase like, I feel calmer, I'm not thinking about food every hour. I can go through the afternoon without hunting for a vending machine. That's not imaginary, that's your fuel system shifting. Now, about the belly specifically, here's the part that makes you want to yell at a mirror. Your body often reduces visceral fat earlier than it reduces the outer belly layer. That means you can be improving your health before you see dramatic changes in the mirror. Your organs may be getting less surrounded by dangerous fat while your waistband is still being annoying. It's the least satisfying good news ever, but it's still good news. Visible belly change usually takes longer because that outer layer is slower to mobilize, especially if stress and sleep are still off. Many people start noticing real, visible changes in the waist somewhere around weeks 3 to 6 of consistent habits. For others, especially if there's insulin resistance, long-term high sugar intake, or chronic stress, it can take 8 to 12 weeks or longer. That isn't punishment. That's your body needing more time to trust the new normal. So what helps belly fat actually move in real life for real people with jobs and stress and a phone that never stops buzzing? First, stop treating your body like it's your enemy. If you go extreme, your body gets defensive. It doesn't say, wow, great plan, let's burn the belly. It says, are we in trouble? Should we conserve? That's why the basics win. You need a reasonable calorie deficit, not starvation, not chaos, just a steady, boring deficit. Boring is powerful. You also need protein. If you diet hard without enough protein, your body may break down muscle more easily. Muscle is expensive tissue. Your body will cut it when it thinks resources are scarce. And losing muscle makes fat loss harder long-term because muscle helps keep your metabolism higher. The goal is to lose fat, not downgrade your body into a slower engine. Movement matters too, but not because you need to punish yourself. Strength training and interval-style workouts help because they preserve or build muscle, but don't underestimate walking. Walking is the quiet hero. It helps with glucose control, stress, and appetite. It also doesn't wreck your recovery. Now, let's talk about the most underrated fat loss tool that isn't sold in a bottle. Sleep. When you sleep well, your body regulates hunger signals better. Poor sleep tends to increase hunger and cravings. It can raise ghrelin, the hormone that makes you feel hungry, and it can mess with leptin, the hormone that helps you feel satisfied. Lack of sleep also cranks up cortisol. So if you're sleeping 5 hours a night and trying to lose belly fat, you're basically trying to mop the floor while the sink is still overflowing. Aim for 7 to 9 hours if you can. And yes, that range is real. Not because you need to be perfect, but because your hormones behave better when you actually rest. Stress management is the other piece people skip because it sounds vague, but it's not vague. Chronic stress keeps cortisol elevated. Elevated cortisol makes belly fat more likely to stick around. You can eat clean and still struggle if your life is on fire every day. No, you don't need to move to a cabin in Montana and meditate for 3 hours. But you do need some kind of off switch. Walking outside, getting morning light, cutting caffeine later in the day, not turning bedtime into a second shift. Now, 2 big mistakes that make belly fat loss harder and rebounds more likely. Mistake number 1, going too aggressive with fasting or dieting without a plan. People think if I suffer harder, I'll win faster. But when you push too hard for too long, your body can sacrifice muscle. And when muscle drops, your metabolism can slow and you feel weaker and hungrier. Meanwhile, the belly can still hang on because your body is still in protect mode. Mistake number 2, refeeding like you just got rescued from a deserted island. After a strict diet, some people celebrate with a weekend that looks like a food documentary. When you suddenly eat a lot, especially a lot of sugar and refined carbs, insulin spikes and your body is primed to store energy. Your appetite can overshoot too because hormones are still recalibrating. The result is a rebound that feels unfair. But it's predictable. If you've been dieting hard, the smartest move is easing back up slowly. Increase calories gradually, keep protein steady, keep walking, keep lifting. Let your body realize the emergency is over without needing a full buffet announcement. So how do you know you're actually in fat-burning mode? Not just water loss mode, not just wishful thinking. One sign is your hunger becomes less chaotic, not gone, but calmer. Another sign is your energy feels more stable between meals. You stop thinking about snacks every hour. Cravings can fade, especially sugar cravings. Your mood might improve. Your sleep can get deeper. Your workouts can feel more consistent. And over time, your clothes fit differently, even if the scale plays games. The scale can be dramatic because water shifts with carbs, salt, stress, and hormones. But the waistline and how your clothes fit tell the real story. Take waist measurements. Use the same conditions, same time of day, same posture. Don't eyeball it after a big meal and declare defeat. If you're in week 1 and your belly looks the same, that's normal. If you're in week 3 and you feel stuck, that's often the turning point where consistency starts paying off. Most people quit right before their body finally trusts the process. Because your body isn't lazy, it's cautious. It's trying to keep you alive using ancient rules written for a world where food was scarce and stress meant something was literally chasing you. In today's world, the stress is emails and traffic, and the food is always available, so the body keeps saving. Your job is to show it steady signals, regular meals, or a consistent fasting pattern, fewer ultra-processed snacks, enough protein, strength training a few times a week, daily walking, and sleep that actually counts. Do that long enough, and the belly doesn't just suddenly disappear overnight. But it does start to move. And when it finally moves, it's not just a cosmetic win, it's a sign your whole system is getting healthier. So if you've been asking, why is my face slimmer but my belly's still stuck? The answer is not that you're broken. The answer is that your body is prioritizing survival, stabilizing hormones, and cleaning up from the inside out. Stay consistent. Stay patient. Belly fat doesn't respond to panic. It responds to proof. And if you're discouraged right now, there's a good chance you're not failing. You're just early